What's up, DC Nation? We're back to another video on The Flash. And guys, this is actually my full season review of Season 6. It's more going to be on the second half though, because like the first half and the second half are totally different. And I'll give my quick thoughts like the first half, like Blood Work and the lead up to Crisis on Infinite Earths. But I'll more be talking about the second half with the whole Mirrorverse, the post-Crisis, the whole thing with Iris, and pretty much that cliffhanger of the finale that came on last night. Now guys, if you haven't like pretty much been caught up with my videos and you want more like pretty much detailed reviews of the other episodes, I have them in a playlist right here. Pretty much I have reviews of all the episodes, and the finale I actually did a reaction. I already have that up for you guys. But guys, if you end up liking the video, give a big thumbs up to the channel, make sure to subscribe so you'll miss on my next Flash reaction, which it'll be in like a while. This will be the last Flash video till the next season comes out, Season 7. But for now, guys, I still do DC Comics content. I'm doing Batman Beyond reactions. You like that show? I love it. If you like it, check out my reactions. I also do Supergirl, Black Light, all sorts of stuff, pretty much everything DC. So if you like that stuff, consider subscribing. But if you don't, enjoy the video. But guys, starting out, I'm pretty much gonna go over pretty much what I thought about that first half of the season, alright? Real quick. So the first half, the main thing that was happening in that first half was that Barry, he found out he was going to die in Crisis, right? And the monitor told him that, and you see Barry pretty much having his last days trying to fight off against Blood Work, being with Cisco, being with Joe. You got a lot of strong scenes, mostly with Joe and Barry. Like, especially episode 4, it was like, there will be blood. You saw like a scene where Joe's pretty much crying. He's like, you're the Flash, you saved so much people. Why do you not get to rest? Why do you have to die?
You're one of the biggest reasons I was even able to become the Flash. For that, I'll always be grateful.
Claire, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for this. It's not.
It's okay, man. It's all right.
No. I know you. I know you. You say it has to happen, but
It's all right.
It's very emotional. Like, that first half of the season is my favorite, right? I think it's better than the second half, mainly because, one, Bloodwork is a killer villain. He's awesome, right? Like, at first I was skeptical because I was like, alright, he's already in the comics, but does he deserve to be, like, a main villain? But no, they proved me wrong. Like, he was awesome. Like, really, in the final 2 parts of that midpoint of the season, where you have The Last Temptation of Barry Allen, Part 1 and 2, Part 1 is probably the best episode of the season. Alright, I'll say that. You see Barry, he gets pretty much his blood work, he has like blood, he has his lifeblood, it goes into you, can take control of you, but it goes into Barry and slowly takes control of him, and you see him talk to his mother, Nora, which is actually the Speed Force. You see like a sequence of the Speed Force and Bloodwork are both pulling him. He gives into Bloodwork, and then he becomes like the Dark Flash. I'm gonna say Dark Flash because it's not Negative Flash. I know they said it's Negative Flash, but it feels more Dark Flash, because Negative Flash in the comics is where Barry pretty much goes into the negative Speed Force when he's fighting against Reverse Flash in Flash Rebirth, and then he becomes pretty much evil for a little bit. Like, he doesn't become evil, but he has tendencies where he goes too far. He accidentally kills people. He accidentally does bad things but he doesn't know about, mainly because his rage from the negative Speed Force. But here it's more just Dark Flash. But still, that was probably the best episode because pretty much the writing was on point, the drama, everything going on, it was awesome. Like, I was on the edge of my seat the entire episode. And then part 2 where you saw Barry, he fought off against Barry was evil, and Iris, all of them had to plan to take down this evil Barry, this evil Flash. It was pretty cool, but then it turned out Barry had a plan to become pretty much Bloodwork's assistant and then turn on him. So they beat Bloodwork, and it was a cool finale. It was very like horror driven, because like the first half was pretty much like a horror movie. That's what the showrunner Eric Wallace said. The second half was like a thriller, and we'll get to that soon. But with this, they take him down, and then pretty much the end is pretty much a lead up to Crisis. They see the red sky. So that was really well done. I like the whole lead up to Crisis, especially like episode 2, where you see, I think it was episode 2 or 3. It was episode 2. They go to pretty much Jake Garrick Barry, and he sees his death. It's really cool. You see Barry vanish and stuff. It's dope. So I really like the first half. Like, the first half, like, pretty much every episode, was like amazing. Other than the Cisco one. The Cisco one was, I wasn't a big fan of that. Like, it wasn't bad, it was still decent. But killing off Gypsy, that was stupid. Like, really, they killed her off that way? I thought they would kill her off with, oh, she was saving Earth 19 with Accelerated Man. I was like, oh, that's gonna be so cool. But no, she dies from freaking a duplicate of Cisco that's called Echo. Like, really, I don't really like that. The Long Game Man episode, some people give it flack. They're like, no, it's not the best episode. I really like it, because just seeing a Long Game Man and Flash teaming up is so awesome. And that was actually, we saw him team up in episode 6. Then we didn't see him team up in costume until the finale. So there wasn't a lot of that in this season, but seeing it fully in that episode was dope. But guys, the first half, it really went at a brisk pace. It was well paced, it was well written, the action was great. You saw Flash action use speed, you saw a lot of Flash action, it felt like a Flash show. The Crisis thing, it really brought it back, because season 5 was kind of iffy. Like, Reverse Flash was really the thing that saved that season. So going to season 6 with a new showrunner, he started out well, he killed it, and it was awesome. Now guys, going into the second half. First half was amazing. I was really like, man, this feels like Arrow season 5 all over again, where it's like that bounce back for Flash. Like, now it's returning to his season 1 roots, maybe even better. I'm like, this could be the best season of Flash. Who knows? But then we went to the second half. And I'm not saying the second half was bad, but it wasn't amazing. It was more like solid. It's still solid. Like, I still think this season is up there, like, with season 1 too. I think it's like the 3rd best season in the entire Flash series. But with the second half, it started out well. You see Iris get kidnapped, pulled into the Mirrorverse. Barry, he's losing his speed. It started out well, right? Episode 10, like pretty much the mid-season premiere, was really good with Diggle. That was great. The post-crisis changes. It really got me hyped. I'm like, alright, this second half's gonna be great. But then episode 11 came with Mnet and Goldface and the Valentine's episode. That was dumb. That was not good. But I was like, alright, that's just filler. Then episode 12 came. And Sue and Ralph. So my favorite characters in the second half. It was a great episode. Not a lot of Flash though. That was the only thing. A lot of people complained about that episode. Like, Flash barely showed up in a couple seconds. But I thought Ralph and Sue were great in that. That was really cool. They're still the best parts in the second half of the season. I really think at times they drove the season. And I could actually see a spin-off with them. Like, they made a spin-off with them, I wouldn't be mad about it. I would watch it and enjoy it. I really like that. But yeah, guys, yeah, CW. Get that together. Make a Ralph and Sue spin-off. It'd be dope. But guys, next what we see though is that Gorilla Grodd episode, which that was cool. You see Gorilla Grodd and Flash come together. But then next we see a Wally West episode, and that's really cool too. You start seeing the death of the Speed Force. But at this point, we're 5 episodes into the mid-season, like the second half, and not as much has happened. Like, yeah, Iris is stuck in the Mirrorverse. She's stuck in there all the rest of the season, which is, I'll get to that soon, alright? But then also, Barry's losing his speed. Yeah, that's all that's going on, but really what's carrying it is the guest stars. Wally West, Gorilla Grodd, Sue and Ralph. Pretty much, they're not really guest stars, but they're like a subplot that's really good. So not really the main story was carrying it. Then we got to the 15th episode, I'm like, alright, more death in the Speed Force. But then again, it's Reverse Flash who carries it. The whole Nash thing, Nash was great in this season, alright? I was kind of bored of Sherlock last season, season 5, but Nash in this season with the whole Crisis thing, and then he had all the wells in his head in the second half, that was great. Then again, the 15th episode was more, alright, guest star Reverse Flash, the Nash storyline, that really brought it up, not really the main story. Then we got to the 16th episode, we had Ragdoll, another guest star, he was great. Joe, that was good, we saw Carver, and it was a solid episode. I actually really liked that one. But then again, it's still Iris stuck in the Mirrorverse. Barry can't make that pretty much that artificial Speed Force. Those are the 2 main points in this part of the season. We got the 17th episode. We saw more of that. It actually, 7th episode started wrapping things up. It started getting really good with the Mirror Iris being taken down. Like, oh, is Iris gonna get out of Mirrorverse? No, Eva gets out. Eva was actually starting to get interesting because Eva, I don't think she compares to freaking Bloodworth. She starts getting better toward the finale. But at this point, episode 17, I was like, I don't really care about her. But since she got out, I'm like, alright, maybe this will get more interesting. Now, episode 18 came, and that's probably my least favorite of the second half. No, my second least favorite. My least favorite of the second half of the season is the whole Valentine's episode. That was dumb. But my second least favorite is the whole Pay the Piper. Because I wasn't a big fan of that one. Like, it was solid, like the whole Atlantis thing, that was cool. Like, pretty much that throwaway line, which they didn't really talk about. in the finale at all. I hope he comes up in season 7, but if it doesn't, that'd be kind of disappointing. But still, Piper, he was great. It was kind of a filler episode, but the thing that brought it down for me was Godspeed. Like, I really think Godspeed has sucked this season. Still, like, he looks dope, the costume's great, the action's great, but it's still not Godspeed. We still got clones. So I hope they bring like the real Godspeed in season 7 and bring in Rajan, who's pretty much the god of lightning, part of Black Hole. It would make sense. In the comics, he could be the one saying all the Godspeed clones, and turns out the real Godspeed comes to beat him up, like take him down, and then we have Flash trying to stop this whole collision. That could be a cool storyline in season 7 that I think they should do. So, guys, Sun House Section Below. Do you think they should bring Rajan? Do you think Godspeed was handled well this season? Do you think he should be handled well next season? Like, I don't think he was handled bad, but I think he should have been handled a lot better. So, like, thinking about, oh, he showed up in season 5, showed up in season 6, and we still got the real Godspeed. Like, come on. The reveal, and when he finally shows up, better be good. But yes, then we got to the finale, which that was a great finale. I really like that. Eva got way better. Like, she was cool. The action was great. A lot of people complain that, oh, it had 3 different things, like how they were doing, like, the action. I thought it was cool. It was different. And then the same thing is, Iris is still stuck in the Mirrorverse. She actually disappears. And yeah, that's kind of interesting. It's a good cliffhanger, but at the same time, like, she's been stuck in there the entire second half of the season. Will she get out? Like, it's really getting annoying now. Barry doesn't have speed, so really nothing really wrapped up that much. The only thing that kind of wrapped up was Sue and Ralph, which that was great throughout the second half of the season, and how she's framed. So the second, like, the finale, it was a good finale for what they had. Like, I get they had to cut back episodes, but still, I wish they wrapped up some of the whole Barry speed and Iris being stuck in the Mirrorverse, because that's really the problem with the second half. It feels like a lot was dragged out. But hopefully they pretty much develop that in the next season and it comes better. But yeah, guys, overall, with the villains, Bloodwork and Eva this season, Bloodwork was better. I thought he was way better. Like, Eva, she got good toward the end, but she's still not the ideal Mirror Master. Maybe she'll become better next season, the first few episodes. But Bloodwork, I feel like it was really good. And with him saying the long game in episode 17, he's come back, that should be really cool. And I know there's like a theory that, oh, he'll be combined with Reverse Flash to create like Red Death. That could be interesting, but I also want Red Death to show up with like a Dark Knight's Melt crossover for the Arrowverse in the future. But yeah, guys, with the episodes being cut, that does hurt this season a little bit, but I'm not going to dock it points because of that, because it's not the Flash's fault, it's not the cast's fault. They pulled it together, they gave us a couple more episodes, and I appreciate that. And I'm excited for season 7 because we're pretty much going to have like 3 storylines. We'll end the whole Eva storyline, we'll have another one, and then the second half. So season 7 is going to be dope. We may have Force Quest, Wally may return, Gorilla Grodd, all these different stuff may come into season 7, make it the best season. But for now, this season is a comeback for The Flash. I really think like Eric Wallace saved the show, because season 5 was kind of season 4 was not good. Season 3 I do like I know people get season 3 flack, but I actually like that. But I feel like this season is back to like the beginning quality of The Flash from season 1 and 2, and I'm excited to see what Eric Wallace does next. But guys, overall, I'm going to give this whole season of The Flash 8.5 out of 10. I recommend it. Go check it out. I think it's coming out on Netflix soon. They probably will put it out, so you haven't watched the season at all. Check it out. Binge it. It's really worth it. And if you've been coming up to it and you watched the whole season like me, then tell me in the comments below what you thought about it. Give me all your thoughts about Godspeed, Eva, Bloodwork, the whole Crisis thing, post-Crisis, Iris in the Mirrorverse, all sorts of stuff, and what do you think about that cliffhanger? And guys, if you want to hear a more detailed, like, my thoughts on the whole cliffhanger of Iris being stuck in the Mirrorverse even more, then check out my reaction to pretty much the finale right here. I give all my thoughts there. That's why this is pretty much just like a broad review. If you want to hear more detailed thoughts, check out those other reviews. But yeah, guys, if you liked the video, give a big thumbs up, new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on my more DC Comics content. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and peace out.